1958 Topps Jim Brown rookie PSA 8. This card is just returned from PSA, and it's got some qualities which are out of this world. The overall cardstock corner preservation it's really equivalent to a 9. It's the sharpest example that we've ever touched. And then the print is out of this world. It's the best printed example for the grade that we've ever seen. So those two things combined, not to mention just really white, bright, clean surfaces. And then you have this 10-point centering shift is really the only thing that really keeps this card from being worth many multiples of where the traditional 8 market would normally put it. So all told, this is just a really stunning example of a really important card. Conservatively, we would say this is in the top third of all the 8s worldwide, just because of the centering shift, and centering is admittedly very, very important, but we got qualities on this example that make it I don't know, you might take a little bit of a centering shift in exchange for really nice print, let's say, particularly on this card, which is usually plagued with a lot of print snow. So all told, this is just an exciting example, just glistening. The backs, it's just a really, really sharp card. Take a look at the corners. It's as sharp and well preserved an example as you're ever going to see. It really is a special offering. It's as close to mint as we've ever handled. Really sharp. The print again is definitely one of the things that's worth celebrating too. I mean, it's as close to perfect as you're ever going to see on the issue. We see just this faintest flecks of I don't know, you can't even really call them print dots, but they're just subtle little areas where it's not quite as black as the rest, but man, it's as good as you're ever going to see. It's just really, really pretty. Focus is all there. Sometimes we can see some focus shift, but man, it's just as bright and well preserved as it gets. It's fun to look at the backs too on these cards. The full bleed sort of orangey red backdrop. There's not a lot to hide. If you have wear or signs of circulation, they're going to show themselves. And looking at a card like this, looking at how just bright and crisp the edges and corners are, I mean, boom, it is just so sharp. Jim Brown, he's got to be on the short list, top 3 or 4, maybe 5 biggest rookies, I'd say, with Star, Unitas, Jim Brown, maybe Namath. It's got to be those top 4. And some would argue that Jim Brown is the best of them all. How this card at the price point it is the price it is kind of hard to fathom. Football it's the biggest sport in our country. It's widely overlooked by investors because baseball tends to get most of the press. But in terms of brand and brand recognition, I don't know how we argue that Jim Brown is any less known or important than, say, Wilt Chamberlain or Hank Aaron. Yet when we look at the rookie cards for those people, they're worth 3x what this is. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I think that as the market matures, we're going to start to see these brands and what they represent to our culture, and we're going to start to equate them. Vintage football as a whole is widely overlooked, and we see a tremendous ROI on these, and especially cards like this, which are freshly graded and have such nice qualities. They're going to become harder and harder to locate. So as it stands, this is definitely a card that we think people should take a close look at. It's the first 8 we've sold in many months. They've just disappeared. That should tell you something. So excited to feature this on the open market. We wish the bidders the best of luck.